We will start shortly.
Sure. Sekarang 5 na. Kamzo?
We are still having some network problems. I'm trying to sort it out. Ne?
And 5:15 in the meeting. Ne?
Okay, no, it's fine. I think now we are sorted. We will start now.
Okay.
Greetings, everyone. Big apologies for starting late. We're having network issues, but we're glad to go to we can now be connected and hoping it will stay with us today. Welcome to the State of the Arts with Thami, Mbongo. In the show, we invite different guests and we engage on different issues that has to do with industry too, whereby we unpack some of the burning issues. And today we've got our guest, Mr. Tsepo, Mhlongo, member ye Parliament, Portfolio Committee, ye Arts, Sports, Arts and Culture. As you know, we program here too. We invite different people to come and engage us. We understand about the state of the arts that is happening in the industry. And today it's totally different because when we wrote the Creative Passport, your guide to cultural and creative industry, we've got a chapter there that covers about the work that is done by the Portfolio Committee on Sports, Arts and Culture. So we thought it was going to be an amazing opportunity to invite someone that is involved in that committee. We talk, obviously, who Mr. Mhlongo is not representing views, the committee, portfolio committee, you understand, but Ulapa on his own personal capacity. We understand as someone that is very passionate about arts and culture. Mr. Mhlongo, a member of Parliament since 2014. From 2014 to 2017, involved the Portfolio Committee, Land and Reform. In terms of the education, when they're currently pursuing a postgraduate diploma in governance at the Vet School of Governance, 2016, on a Vet School of Governance, sends a certificate in governance and public leadership. 2014, Say University of Vets Business School sends a certificate.
There's a technical glitch.
There was a technical glitch.
Yeah, I mean, I'm here, but I don't know, are you finished? Because you were just giving a background, Yami.
Yeah, I was giving a background, but hey, the network is supportage. But you know what we'll do? I will keep on going back to profile. I think the first question that I wanted to get from you when I Mr. Mhlongo, please unpack for us journey yako, you understand, politically and educationally, that to become a member of Parliament.
Okay. I'm a young man who grew up in Orlando East. and obviously I went to Orlando High. I finished my schooling in Ngatabalaza in a sense that obviously I saw myself now, I was even on TV. I've done SAPC images, I've done advertisement, I've done music, modeling, and I've raised funds for different NGOs and NPOs. And I've been organizing different shows, for an example, Clap and Tap, Beauty Pageant. When we wanted talent, I'll organize those shows. I started politics in 1998. I joined the then DP. And when I started, I was just a volunteer, and I became a councillor in 2006. 2006, I was a shadow minister of housing, shadow MMC, in fact, it's MMCA housing, and I went to Parliament in 2014, and obviously stated clearly to date, but 2017, I then joined, obviously, e-portfolio sports, and now today we're calling it sports, arts and culture. And my background, obviously, I have postgraduates with the Wits University. I think for now, I'm a servant of the people, and I'm humbled to serve this calling that I have. Thank you.
Just for viewers, especially abantu abangalandeliyo, we understand that the work that is done by e-portfolio committee. We understand. Sicela nje usaniphekhele ukuthi what is it exactly that e-portfolio committee, sports, arts and culture is meant to do and you are doing?
Okay, I think e-portfolio committee is a new model year oversight that we are doing in Parliament to ensure that service is taking place to all citizens for a better quality of life. But this oversight has the reason behind. One thing, we want to detect a prevention of abuse by those who are in leadership and prevent illegal, unconstitutional conduct within the governing party or within the government, and to protect the rights and liberty of all the citizens, and to uphold and answer. The government must make sure they account to us in a sense of they're using taxpayers' money. They must account to us. Another issue, must make sure there's the openness, open government, transparency, for them to increase the trust within the government. This oversight role, it's there in both houses, National Parliament, which is National Assembly, even the National Council of Provinces, whereby the minister, we can even call the minister to come and account, and we can call any entities to come and account and make sure good service delivery takes place.
As about usithi niyakwazi ubiza iminister nezi entities to account. What is your personal take generally with the Department of Sports, Arts and Culture national? And then I want to come and hear your views on the minister Natintet. Let's start with the department itself.
I think nationally, I'll give them 4 out of 10. Why I'm saying that, they don't even achieve my KPIs. One of the things that I give them a 4 out of 10 is because they don't achieve. Out of all the KPIs, they've done 40% of them to date. Now, to me, I don't think service delivery it's implemented within the sector. Now, that's why I give the department overall, they're not doing well. And under even the minister, he's always on TV, he's always sending congratulations, he's always sending condolences. Now, for me, that is not the actual work for the minister, and that is not actual work for the department. The department must make sure that they create a conducive environment for the sector, but they fail to do that.
And Kamandi, we've seen you like publicly. You were there at the NAC. You were fully supporting Abahlali, and when you do oversight, and when you check your Facebook and your Twitter, you are not scared of speaking your mind out. You understand, and we truly really appreciate as an artist. And what was your sense when you did the oversight to National Arts Council, to PECOFs, and National Film Veto Foundation, your personal take?
Yeah, I think one of the things that is happening within the sector, especially in National Arts Council, I think they don't involve artists or the creative industry. What they do, they take their own employees, to the, for example, I'll call for ministerial advisory team, and I'll even call for this SIFSA. I don't think it's so that doing what it's supposed to done for, especially for industry itself, because you've been there for more than 42 days. And one of the things that I've observed, I went there before the actual oversight committee. You've been calling for the minister to come, you've been calling for the president to come and intervene, but both of them failed. And one of the things that I've seen, Uguti, it was all about this COVID-19 relief funding. I think under this season, the government has failed to assist our artists, especially during COVID time. They've used more than 650 million, which is to date, some of the money is not accounted for. Now, to me, we wanted to hear from the artists, especially individuals who are affected, because one of the things that I've noticed, and it's there, I'm not politicizing it, we have members who are aligned to the ANC, they've benefited twice, but ordinary members who are within the arts industry, they don't benefit, they've applied, but to date, they're still waiting for their letters. It's either a regret letter or to say, come and sign the phase 1 project. Now, to me, we went there to hear for ourselves, what are the issues? What are these issues that you are raising while the minister was absent to hear from you guys? And that's why we came there.
And so far after the visit and engagement, do you feel Uguti they are doing better or it's getting worse? Are we moving forward or moving backwards in terms of your observation, especially with National Arts Council, National Film Video Foundation, and PECOS?
One of the things, luckily last week Tuesday, we only tabled oversight visit report, and that report, it details exactly how do we feel as a committee. And I think the recommendations are there for the department and the entities to implement those recommendations. The parliament has adopted our report, and I've obviously support of that report because I was part of the outcome and the drawing down the recommendation. Now, to me, let's give them a chance for now, because they're at 40% instead of 100%. And if they don't do that within this financial year, I think the minister must vacate, he must resign, and the entire department must come to an end. We understand they are there to service the citizen, not they are there for their own jacket.
Mr. Mhlongo, if you don't mind, can you share some of them? Obviously, if someone wants to read, they can go, we understand, and access those things. Can you share some of those recommendations that you made to this institution?
Okay, one of the things, we don't want board members or council members to serve in two entities. You'll find one board member will serve in NAC Omunyago Parkox, which is one of the recommendations that we made it clear. And another recommendation, we need people who are experienced, who have a knowledge of the sector. Let's not bring people who are, imagine taking a nurse to come and serve, or taking a medical doctor to come and serve in the industry, which is uncalled for. Those are the recommendations. Another issue, public participation is so important. Consultation is so important. The Batupile principle is so important. We saw it fit, but it was lacking. There was no communication with the department and the sector on its own, whereby you'll see things only on Twitter. If you don't have a Twitter or Facebook, you're not on social media, you're an artist, you are affected, but you don't get information. Now, those are the other recommendations that we came up with, and the usefulness and accountability of money. There's plus minus 300 million, which is mismanaged. We still to date are waiting for a forensic report, but that forensic report, for information, I put it to you and I put it to the minister on Tuesday. We don't have the terms of reference. Now, I wonder what report are they going to produce? Because Konamanje, even Thami as a member of parliament, I've asked formal question. I'm waiting for that report.
Siyabulela. I think last week, if I'm not mistaken, as you mentioned earlier, you had Usifsa at the House and also the Minister Advisory team. You understand, for the benefit of those that were not part of that session or watched that session, what was your overall take in terms of SIFSA and also in terms of the Ministry Advisory Task Team?
I think I've put it even on the record, even on the day. SIFSA is run by an individual. There's no collectiveness on that. And one of the things why I'm saying it's run by an individual. The president of SIFSA failed to come and account to us when we came to you guys. We went to Free State, we went to Joburg. She failed to come and account. And one of the other things, out of plus minus 15 members, only 2 members attended our portfolio committee. Now it shows what these are the agents of the minister. These are not members within the structure. These are members who are co-opted or who are deployed, not elected to SIFSA as the SIFSA was supposed to be. One of the issues that we've raised, the financials, they don't have an audited financial statement to date. Now, one of the things that I've seen that they will go to different provinces, but that province will not support the actual FIFA because SIFSA, because there are recommendations that I've seen that the actual province, for example, Northwest, they've been there, but there's no representative from municipality level, provincial level. They only have a national individual. I don't know how did he go there, but at a local level and a provincial level, they don't have structures. You questioning issue, General Secretary. He's been suspended. I've asked that question. To date, no one responded. But nonetheless, my overview, obviously, these bodies are part of the minister deploying his soldiers within the entity. And when you check white paper, our stand white paper, it must be implemented. We must reduce these deployment projects, which are of an example of SIFSA, MAT. MAT is Ministerial Advisory Team. Now, there are 6, but 3 members, half of that committee that advises the minister, are members of SIFSA. Now, it's a duplication of work, and it's our money is abused by those who are in charge. Because at the end of the day, they're getting allowances just to travel, they're getting allowances to attend meetings, plus minus when I calculated, because the response that I've received, but they've attended plus minus 36 meetings. Now, they only started in May, times 36 meeting by 3,000, you'll get the actual amount times by 6 members who are there. Now, it's uncalled for. That money must be utilized for our activists within the sector, for our artists within the sector. My overall view, both of them, they must close shop. We elect a new body that will represent the entire creative industry.
And then, Mr. Mhlongo, I know a lot of artists, bayatanda ukhalaza, you understand, we say a parliament, it's all about politics. We understand that each political party will be speaking for their behalf. But what I've noticed, especially in the portfolio committee, because there are different people coming from different parties, you understand, and when they engage on issues that has to do with sports, arts, and culture, they are not looking for political gains and blah, blah, blah. What is your take that you feel, Uguti Tina, as a cultural and creative industry, we are missing and are not doing right in terms of engaging with the portfolio committee?
Yeah, I think firstly, I want to note, politics affect everybody. They affect the church, they affect business, they even affect you guys as a sector. Now, my view is, I think one of the issues that I'll maybe recommend that the sector must make sure they always involved. We have issues of AMA Act or legislation that we pass, whereby the sector is not involved. We just there were they went to Joburg, they went to different provinces. But when you find out, obviously, there's a lack of consultation. Now, my view is, I think all artists, all individuals within the sector, they must make sure that they go to the website of government, because the public participation is so important. We make regulations and we make the data stage. For an example, one of the issues here, right now the department has plus minus 26 entities. And my view and the political party that I represent, this must be reduced. These entities are taking a lot of budget, a lot of money must be utilized at a grassroots level, but that money is even Swaguma board council members, board members, which is uncalled for. Now, the white paper will assist us if we implement the white paper to reduce the number to 5. That is my overall view, Guti. I believe that artists must be involved, not only when they're affected, they must be involved day one on election. I think it's your right as an artist to vote for whoever that you want to vote for. But note, before you vote, you must know what is the policy of that organization within the arts and culture sector. Because one of the things, maybe let me give the offer here, we feel that the artists are so important, and we feel good. The DA is a home for everybody. By protecting both language and heritage and the culture for all the people, not for some, but for all the people. That we must celebrate the diversity of the culture. There's diversity, and one of the things, there must be guideline when there's diversity. We must recognize the freedom of expression and associate, the right to choose which language to use, lifestyle that you use, and the participation thereof. Another issue, we believe the government must provide the platform for the sector, for them to express themselves. That is our take. Now, before you vote, check each and every policy, your party, and then you vote for, because it takes 5 years for you to remove the ANC government. As now, we've been calling for Nathi Mthethwa to resign. To date, he did not resign, and they've been protecting him differently within the party and within the president. Now, my take is all artists, all individuals within the sector, they must be involved on day one on electing the government of the day.
And I want to make it clear to everyone that is out there, you understand that we are opening this invite to all the different political parties, you understand, to come and engage. And Mr. Mhlongo, sometimes when we are watching the session, the portfolio committee, you will see Okoti, sometimes you are speaking Yapasana more or less the same language with other political parties. And Kuti, we are always thinking, Kuti, they are fighting, always fighting, you understand? Can you tell us about the dynamics of the different parties and how you guys are working together, and the challenges and the some of the advantage and disadvantage?
Yeah, I think one of the first disadvantages for us to have a chairperson of the ruling party, she tends to become biased, not understanding the sector, and not to be fair and frank and honest, and not being biased. One of the things that I've seen, that if the ANC feels that they support this issue without doing a research, they'll just go just like that. That is a fully disadvantage. They'll even protect the minister. I've called for the minister to come and account in different formations within the committee. Sometimes they're even afraid to call them. For an example, I'll tell you, the NAC board, the chairperson, went to the chairperson of the committee, which is the portfolio committee. She claimed that we were instigators, myself and Obabu Uma, member of parliament. She claimed we were instigating you guys to go to the building, to stay there, and for them not to evict you. Now, the chairperson just took that issue to the portfolio committee, and which is The portfolio committee cannot, there's the ethics committee. If I've done something like that as an instigator, that issue must go to ethics committee, not to a portfolio committee, a sports, arts and culture. Now, my view, those are disadvantages, but the advantage thereof, we can differ within the committee or within our views and expressions after there's life after politics. One of the things that I express myself, I've got freedom of expression and freedom of speech that I usually raise within the portfolio committee because I'm even protected. I can call them good, they are corrupt. And sometimes, yes, they are corrupt because they're protecting these entities and the chairperson and whatever that is happening within the department. Now, my view, after politics, there's life after politics. We differ within, but after that, there's life. We tend to socially, we tend to link and understand each other.
And Mr. Mhlongo,
I wonder if I answered your question, Baba.
No. We answered Chile. Let's take it further. PTA, I think we shadow minister sport, arts and culture, and you've been very vocal about our minister and the department. If we can ask you, what is it that you are offering? You understand that if you were to become a minister of sport, arts and culture, what were the first thing that you were going to do so that South Africans can know what is it that you are offering?
Yeah, I think one of the things that I'll offer now and then, I'll make sure that I consult. The consultation is not only in paper. It's not only that I must meet once a month. I must have all these sectors, within the sectors, all these organizations, give them a buy-in, sell the product. For an example, I've stated clearly that as a party, we believe Guti, heritage and arts are a diverse issue whereby you involve all individuals with this diverse idea, whereby we guide them and we recognize good each and every individual can or she can express herself or associate herself with whatever organization or an NPO, an NGO, or a company thereof. Now, our issue with arts and culture, we believe the choose of a language. You can express yourself nangesizulu, ucule nangesizulu, nangesilungu, for you to be protected, because for you to believe in different, as a part, we believe in different languages. Another issue, we believe that the government must provide a conducive environment for the artist to perform. I think one of the things right now, the government is failing the sector. Under lockdown, I believe we still have an opportunity for us to cultivate, for us to see the talent of the artist within COVID-19. I believe theaters must be open. I believe shows must go on with strict regulation, the COVID-19. Now that is our offer. We don't believe things must be shut down because there's a COVID-19. We don't believe in that. We believe environment must make sure we even believe a private partnership must be involved. It's not the role of a government only. Private partnership is so important. We call upon all the companies to plow back to a sector, and we believe individuals, these artists are workers. They've got family responsibilities. Now we believe we must respect them as laborers, because plus minus 90 billion rand from the sector, plow economy as South Africa.
And Mr. Mhlongo, what can you say with the cultural and creative industry practitioners and organization need to do more in terms of engaging a portfolio committee? Because I'm sure there are some people who are watching, they don't even know they've got the right to write to portfolio committee and all those stuff, you understand? So what can you tell those people who don't know they've got the right of engaging the portfolio committee?
Yeah, I think one of the things you're quite right, the issue here, public participation for artists, they can even petition. There's a petition that you can submit. We consider those petitions. It's part of us engaging with artists. If you're not happy with an issue, you petition. You sign all of artist name, addresses, signature.
I seem to be losing Mr. Mhlongo. Mr. Mhlongo, are you still there?
I don't know what Thami, but these are the issues that I want to raise. Uguti, we can petition the parliament and we bring constitutional constituency work. I think the sector has different constituencies. Now we believe you afford those individuals a right to engage with portfolio committee, to write to the chairperson, but sometimes the chairperson it's not responsive. What we do, our contacts are all over. We have them on our social media. You copy the you send a letter to the chairperson with an issue, and you copy any member of the parliament, and we'll take it from there. The submission of petition, it's there, and it's something that members of the communities or different sectors, they must know good. They have a right to petition parliament for them to provide the constitutional mandate. It's within our rights as a group, as individual, to petition the government. Now, Namasa.
I'm ready. No, you can go on, sir.
Okay. Another issue, I think, making submission. It's so important that you make submission. Your voice must be heard on the issues of legislation. Opinions, we need you guys to be involved. You know, Sasria Act, the different acts which I feel would remember. No, to it. For an example, it is a prerogative of the minister to appoint these board members. And my belief it's we must amend that. Now, I believe that the sector must be involved in voting for those individual members. Thank you.
Kasivala, namhlanje ndiyazi why the network is sabotage, we understand, but we'll find a way of making a proper follow-up. But another thing that a lot of artists have been raising, you understand, but this political party, or most of this political party, they don't have plans for cultural and creative industry, you understand? Like, for example, people will say, why don't we have cultural and creative desk? You understand that in the old days, they used to be arts and culture desk, but I'm not sure if which political parties are having such, so that artists, they know, you understand, if we are approaching DA, we go this way. If we are approaching IFP, EFF, or whatever, you understand? What is your take with that? It looks like we have lost again Mr. Mhlongo. Simpeni is sometime, maybe also join now. We are about to wrap up the interview. We really apologize for the network today. We don't know what is happening. It keeps on kicking us in and out. For those who just joined, we are talking to Mr. Tsepo Mhlongo, who is the member of a portfolio committee parliament with sport, arts and culture, and he has been a member parliament since 2014. we understand that we are talking to him about the work that the portfolio committee is doing and unpacking some of the issues, but the network seems to be a big issue. Mr. Mhlongo, did you get my last question?
Thami?
Yes.
I wonder, I think technical glitch, there's a sabotage today because I'm the guest and network. We started late because of network and other things. But let me give you a breakdown why Tina, as a party, I think we make sure that things are done. For example, at a local level, go to a municipality where we govern. We support our local artists. Go to provincial government where we are in government. What we believe that support to establish AMA Art Bank, whereby those art bank are cultivation to establish image of all these skills, all these artists. For example, you go to dance, you go to heritage. Uguti, for you guys, one of the things that must be done, this on its own, it's an investment, it's a priority artist within South Africa. Now, the role that the artist or the sector is playing, it's so vital that the government must recognize. And our provincial government has been within the artist industry. And you can check, yes, I think you are a best judge compared to me because you'll think I'm biased. But I think you can monitor EU budget allocated to this province and other provinces. Our budget, it's mostly used for our own disadvantaged artists. You know, one of the things that the government that is in charge, technology. I wonder which I'm still alone. See, which the government that is in charge, they only give artists support, those artists who are linked to them. But go to Cape Town, go to any municipality that we are in charge. We don't do that. We believe all artists are equal, and we must treat all artists as equal. I think you've seen issue relief funding. You'll get people who are well known, who are supporting the ANC government. They've received relief funding twice or not thrice. Now go to our provincial relief funding, because each and every province now in a relief funding. You'll never see these issues at a national level. Go to Gauteng. It's a West Relief Fund which was allocated to Gauteng, and our artists within Gauteng did not even benefit, not only at a national level, but even at the provincial level. I think we are tried and tested, but I think artists are the better off for them to judge us, to do an oversight work and take a decision from them.
And then we'll make another plan. Any closing remarks from your side?
I think you must give me another opportunity. Network and which is, I believe, which one of the things that I tend not to understand them nice. I think, guys, you are automatically organized, but one thing that the government wants, they want would never organize to link or to be associated with the present government, which is uncalled for. Now, because they tend to say, no, artists are not organized like any labor organization. Now, I think it's a myth on its own. I know different organizations within the sector, which is, it shows good they are organized. And one of the things that I'll leave with our artists, we going for election on the 27th or on the 1st of November. Now, the power is in your hands. It's either you'll get another Nathi Mthethwa or you get Tsepo Mhlongo on the 27th or 1st of November. Now, my view is vote right, make sure that you vote and your vote counts. Ngiyabonga baba, ngapoliticize yonke into, but ipolitiki affecta nama artist. Thank you very much.
Once again, thank you very much, Mr. Mhlongo, and we truly appreciate you understand, and other portfolio committee members who really speaks out for a cultural and creative industries. You understand, and thanks for your support. And as you mentioned in the beginning, you understand, in this show, we invite everyone. You understand that this is not a paid interview by DA or by Mr. Tsepo Mhlongo. We've invited Ringo, we've invited some of the people from ANC and other parties, and we're hoping they're going to come in. Once again, thank you for coming on board. Definitely, we're going to make another plan to have a proper one whereby we are not going to have a supporter chain network. From me, Thami, Mbongo,